Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. That's an ugly angle. Let's change that around a little bit. All right. So, episode number 7. It looks like there's only going to be one more episode for some reason. That's at least I'm looking at like the wiki page, and it only goes up to episode 7, and it's like Ultimate Extinction or something. Big X Extinction. This particular episode is eXtreme Measures. God, I love that. Have I said that before? Only like every single episode, right? So, this particular episode, I know that it's called Extreme Measures. I, however, am going to give it a slightly different name. This is called Positions of Power. See, the problem is there's no X in there. Now, if I were to say like X positions of power, well, next position is a little bit different, but you get the message. All of this was about positions of power. That's just something that I know from being in the martial arts for a long time, from being in the military for a long time. 6 years is a fairly long time compared to the average person who was or wasn't in the military. Okay, look, besides that, look. So it seems to me like everything about this episode was about somebody trying to talk to somebody else in a position of power. Okay, you look at the relationship right now between Thunderbird and Blink, all right? I honestly think these two are getting together. I really hope these two get together. I'm rooting for these two to get together because they're a freaking awesome couple. Like twice, you got to see the big Proud Star hug. He's like, ooh, with the big like the shoulder. Ooh. It's like I will smother her, and she enjoyed being. I know. So she's going to be mean and she's going to be rude and crass and brash. And when push comes to shove, yeah, come on, man. Come on. You're being rude because you're trying to play the game. You're trying to play the game of cat and mouse, and you want to be the mouse. When you get to my age, it's just such a stupid game, and I'm so glad I'm not that young anymore, or I think that's the way life has to be. But there's a position of power kind of situation. And I like that Proud Star was better than that. He rose above that. He did the thing, but yeah, he still stayed in a position where he didn't come across as lesser on the social scale. Let's go further. The dad. Okay, the dad's the guy there with no powers besides the mom, but the mom at least has a very useful skill. He has a useful skill also, but hers is more noticeable. You know what I'm saying? It's like when somebody gets hurt, she comes up, I'm going to sew you together. Beep, 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 beep. You are healed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves that. Everybody loves that. You know who doesn't get a whole lot of love? The nurses. All they're doing is they take care of you when you're unconscious. You know what I'm saying? It's the doctor who comes in and says, okay, this and this and this. Nobody goes up and says, nurse, thank you so much for all that you've done. And that's messed up, isn't it? It's messed up. So she is the one that they see most as being awesome. He's the guy who he used to work for Sentinel, or close to Sentinel services. He used to work in the prosecution, specifically going after mutants. You guys know the story. And now we come to find out that his dad worked for 35 years for Trask. Whoa, way to tie things in. So, here it is that all of a sudden he finds out that the mutant that his mutant daughter is all sorts of into, and oh my God, wasn't Lauren looking freaking hot when that last scene where she goes she does the I'm in a position of power and walks up to him and just like, I'm going to give you a kiss now and you're going to know and you're going to stay and blah blah blah, and it didn't work. It's like, it's messed up. That was messed up. But oh my God, she is of age, right? I'm not I don't want to just saying. She looked gorgeous. She looked absolutely gorgeous. The most important thing is that her acting was seriously up there. She got angry. She got sad. She got hurt. She got vengeful. She got repentant. All inside of one episode, and it was wild. But the whole time, she's trying to fight for a sense of power because here's her dad. He's got no power whatsoever there, and she, what do you call it? He finds out, oh, my daughter's trying to look at this guy. Now, she almost had I'm imagining this was her very first kiss that she was about to have with this dude earlier in the episode. You know what I'm saying? They're about to go for it, and little Andy, the annoying little brat brother, has his best scene in the entire series so far. He was good. He was really good in most of these episodes. Really good. Like, most of the time, it's just like, I love to hate this kid so much. Like, I just want to smack you, but you'd probably, eviscerate me, Here, he comes up and he's just like, they're about to go and kiss, and he's like, hey, you two had your herpes test, right? That was perfect. No joke. I sat forward and I just laughed. I had a good belly laugh with that one. That was great. And then, of course, he's got to do his little position of power thing when he goes downstairs for the mac and cheese. Oh, hey, looked all over until I looked down the roof. Oh, what was on the roof? And he looks at her really quick first. And so, like, oh, hey, guys. Hey, John and Raven, what's up? Um, yeah, Raven has a nurse fetish. Can't blame you. Hello, nurse. So she's like, what do you call it? So he's in his position of power right there. It's like, oh, I could tell mom at any minute, right? Like, look at that. So then here comes dad. He goes and he gets all his facts together. He's a lawyer. He knows how to get all of his facts together before he jumps forward. He's like, okay, check this out. Bang! You know what I'm saying? My wife, look, this is the guy that our daughter's trying to date. So now all of a sudden he goes to the daughter. Oh, daughter, look, this is the guy that you're trying to date. I do not think that this is such a good idea. It's like, no. So she tried to maintain power also. No, you don't know anything, and you're doing blah, blah. And she saw right through him. She knows exactly what this dude is doing. Like, bad dick move, Dad. Real dick move. So she's like, no, I don't believe you. But then she goes right to the boyfriend, and she's like, I don't believe you. Why? Because we're going to shift our power to ways that we're better able to manipulate our surroundings to feel as though we're still in power. Wow. The psychology in this episode was great. This is honestly, I know like not a lot happened in this episode, but like I'm so into psychology and positions of power and things like that. Like this was my favorite episode. So continuing on, now Dad, it's like, oh, okay, set the wheels in motion. My daughter doesn't like you right now, but maybe if you can impress me or whatever, then maybe I can, talk with her. But I'm in charge right now. I'm in the position of power. Hey, you mind if I sit? There was enough room there for him to sit, either on that same side that he sat or on the other side. There was plenty of room for him to sit. But look at what he did. You mind if I sit? It's that small, should I say microaggression? I really hate that. I hate that term, but it was. He issued a microaggression. He issued a statement where it's presumed, and rightfully so, I need you to move. And I need you to move because I can tell you to move. I'm in the position of power. If he would have came up and said, hey, can we talk? Yeah. Could I sit down? He might, look around and be like, sure, without moving, because he's the one who's actually in power right now. I love that. I don't even know if they had to have known that they were doing all of this. This was such great human interaction. The standards of social convention were really in play in this episode. So then later on, what happens? Everything pretty much comes to a head with that. And he's like, okay, I have gone and told everybody that I've done what I've done in the past, and it's all behind me, and I'm a good guy now. Okay, cool. But now I'm going to take my power back, and I'm going to leave. Because now you guys feel guilty, and now all of you, like everybody in here, Andy doesn't probably. He's probably just like, yeah, those are dick moves by all of them. Even Mom supported that stuff. Andy was like, Andy was cool, man. He was the only one who didn't have any problems in this episode. So turns around, it's like, I'm going to take my power now, and I'm going to leave. And then he does it again when she comes up. It's like, here's that kid. And this was probably, think about it, like her age and whatnot, probably her first kiss. You know what I'm saying? Turns around and he leaves anyway. And I don't think he's leaving like too far away. I don't think it's like a permanent move or anything. But even if it is, wow, that sucks, man. That sucks. When we can't just talk to each other as humans. Now, granted, if you go up and you try and talk to somebody in a normal way and they turn around and they try and get all like, haughty on you or like, oh, I'm going to take advantage of this person. Okay, this is not the kind of person you want to be dealing with. And that's literally the way that I look at life. That's the way I approach every single individual as an individual. Here, they're all playing the game. They're all playing these games. So now, here's the most interesting part to me. All right, I think, if you've watched enough of these reviews, you know that my favorite character on here, besides Proudstar, is Polaris. Oh my God, I love her. I think that she is absolutely exquisite. She's gorgeous, and her acting is flawless. absolutely flawed. Everything that this woman, I should know her name. Everything that she brings to the screen is just perfect. So she goes and she's going to have this conversation. Now you get to see her like 3 months in the past, or was it 3 years in the past? I think it was 3 years in the past. 3 years in the past, magnet girl. So, she's all trying. She's got to show. Okay, this is my power. Literally, not even like holding back. And you don't know what I could do. I could have a crappy power, or I could have the greatest power in the world. It's just like, yeah, this is what I do. I move things. Are they only metal things? Who knows? Give me a piece of plastic, you'll find out. But she's just, like, I'm going to show off my power. He didn't come up in there like, you want me to heat that up for you? None of that happened. What we did get to see, though, is that he had been running drugs for a long time in the cartel. I didn't know what he did in the cartel. I knew he did some bad stuff before, but it always seemed like he was remorseful. In this episode, they seriously upped the ante, and they showed that he was actually a pretty sadistic guy. Like, pretty wicked. Like, he's just sitting there like, oh, yeah, man, I'm going to blow up these drugs. Now, they didn't need him for that. So that was kind of like a silly thing right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's going to make the stuff burn faster, but you got a guy over here who can stop time. Hey, Streaks. I'll be right with you guys. This guy who could stop time, you could just walk up and be like, okay, I'm not going to even hurt you guys. I'm just going to, like, here's some gasoline. Here's here's a match. Like, they could have done whatever they wanted to do. They could have stolen this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is a charity situation. But, they just wanted to, whatever. Here's a position of power. She wants to make sure this guy knows that I can control you anytime I want. Now, the story, or the plot of it in its entirety wasn't too brilliant as far as I'm concerned. Because here's the deal. I am a mutant. Okay, you didn't know that about Professor Bill, did you? My power is I don't actually have a camera. I'm broadcasting to you telepathically through your screens. Imagine that. Real talk, though. I'm a mutant. And I'm in the underground, and I'm chilling out. I'm like, yeah, man, what up? So this cartel chick calls me up, and Carmen, she calls me up and says, you're going to come and do what I say, when I say, blah, 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 blah. You're going to come right now. You're going to come tomorrow. Come here. Come here. Come here, boy. And if you don't, I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell the cops. First off, how do you have my number? Because I'm giving you a fake number. I'm just saying. You're going to call up and it's going to say, "Welcome to Brothers Mortuary." You remember that from Ferris Bueller? But like, she's getting a fake number. That's all I'm saying. Like, I would change my phone. I would totally change my phone. Like, all right, guys, in the Mutant Underground, but like, all right, guys, yeah, listen, here's my new number. Why do you change numbers all the time? I talk to people I don't like. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. They're all burner phones anyways. Who's going to sit there and have a good positive subscription plan, you know what I'm saying, when you're on the run? Not I. I'm not going to have that. They can find you. So, you got to get that little piece of tape and put it over there and hope that the microphone isn't working. So, anyway, I'm literally going to be like, oh, yeah? You want me to come down? Or you're gonna rat me out? The little underground? You're going to rat me out? You're the owner of a cartel, right? A drug-running cartel. So you're saying that I shouldn't talk to the police? I shouldn't talk to the FBI and the DEA? I definitely shouldn't use keywords like drugs and cocaine? Are you saying I definitely shouldn't use words like that and I shouldn't try and rat you out? I'm sorry, maybe I'm just a little bit smarter than a cartel. Like, this is just dumb. Well, you're going to tell on me for being a mutant? I'm telling you for being a freaking drug runner. Hello? This is not hard. This isn't math. This isn't even math. All right. So, like, I'm laughing at this part, but whatever. It's necessary for the plot. But they're all trying to do this little position of power here. And what's she doing this for? What's she doing this for? So that he could see two things. One, you missed the hell out of your old life. You loved this. And two, you loved me. Oh yeah, she's vindictive. She's really vindictive. Not cool. She really hates Magnet Girl. So I'm glad that Polaris didn't show up because I'm pretty sure that things would have went really bad. Like, she's got Carmen's got Time Cop over there. Kind of looking like a scarred up Jean-Claude. I'm just saying. You just turn around and be like, now you freeze. Like, I got two hands. Ah. So it could have been pretty bad. It could have been bad. But yeah, she did the perfect thing. She's like, you know what? He can save himself. Oh, God. You know what I got to do? I got to make some kind of a TV show and beg her to come onto the show. All right, pay her. You know what I'm saying? Just be on the show. Do whatever you want. Freaking perfect. So then, of course, here's she gives a chance, and here's something. Here's just one more thing where they made it so that I just like Polaris a little bit more, like as a character, because Not DaCosta comes home and he's all like, "Oh yeah, man, I got this fake prop box. There's some supplies. It's just socks, and they're all mine. They all got holes in them, and they all smell like my feet. But you're not going to actually investigate it, right?" And oh hey, I made a couple bucks on the side. Cartel money. It smells like cocaine. I'm just saying. And perfume of the girl who kissed me when you were watching. Take that. He comes back feeling all, yeah. I just burned some drugs. Dude, you were attacking Sentinel Services, and I didn't see that look on your face. What is it about you and destroying drugs? Is there a special bond there? So, all sorts of funny stuff. So at one point, she's trying to give him all the leeway possible to just confess. Come forth, come clean. Nope, he does not come correct. He sits there and lies, and then all of a sudden he gets back into the corner. It's like, okay, baby, I was going to tell you, stop trying to protect me, stupid. Like, this was bad. And you want to know the word, like, so she took her power and she left, but she did it in a very noble way. Very noble. So literally, her and Proudstar, the only two characters on the show so far that I see who are not trying to pull those silly little games, at least in this episode. Lorna does do it in other episodes, Polaris. She does do it in some of the other episodes. But I haven't seen Thunderbird do it since. So I'm just digging that. Excuse me. The last thing that's of particular interest on here, that Spanish American kid, whatever, the kid with the illusion generation, the not boyfriend for Laura Strucker. He knocked over a couple. It helped knock over a couple of jewelry stores and things like that. And yeah, it was a little scam thing, and yeah, it's bad. It's bad. That's bad news. You shouldn't do stuff like that. And they're all like, well, if you lie to us, then we can't have you here because you're not trustworthy. This whole thing is built on trust. Then we have Not DaCosta over here, who ran drugs for years. Probably murdered people, but maybe not. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And now he just went and ran drugs again. And I'm sorry, nobody there is a soothsayer. Who can say, like, Polaris didn't go and rat him out? I get that, but kissy face, blow smoke girl and change your memories stuff, she didn't go and rat him out. Nobody can rat this guy. There's nobody in here. There's no telepaths. I'm sorry. This is not the X-Men, but it's the mutant underground, all right? You're going to tell me there's not a single freaking telepath in the entire place? Come on. Come on. All the telepaths are with these guys, right? You name me, and go in the Marvel Comics, and you name me a non-mutant telepath. And the Shadow King doesn't count, and you know why. Because he is the astral plane. You can't think. It's going to take you a little while. Okay, even I'm thinking right now, like while I'm talking, nothing's coming to mind right now. Okay, was Dr. Druid a telepath? Did he have? I think he had a little bit of telepathy, right? Not a lot, but he had some. It's very hard to think of a non. And yes, Doctor Strange could actually, do a spell of telepathy, but he's not actually a psychic in and of himself. He's a magician. He's a sorcerer. So yeah, like. All the mutants, the mutants have all the telepaths. You want psionic abilities, go to the mutants. They've got them, okay? Nobody else really does. So you're going to tell me there ain't no telepaths there? Here's the thing. Like, here is just, this guy's like pretty much one of the main leaders. He's one of the top 4 leaders of the entire facility. And, but this little kid who knocked over a freaking jewelry store? Come on. So yeah, some things, not such a great idea. So, there's that. Anyway, great episode. Like I said, this is my favorite episode so far. If there's only one more episode, it's going out on a really good note. You know what I'm saying? This, really good. And just really quick, guys, I believe it's supposed to be this coming Friday. Inhumans is done. Thank God. We're going to see the Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. Marvel's Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. Season 5. And Monster, right? In case you guys didn't know, it's the Brood. Oh my God, this is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, let's see what kind of comments we got in here. Okay, John Hodges. Hola, ¿qué pasó, amigo? Raven, I do. but I have a nurse vet. Yes, I remember I read that. Streaks retracted a message. It was a black guy. And I looked at him and I thought it was the weirdest question in the world. Because obviously, like, I get it. A lot of people can be racist. Everybody has the chance to be a bigot or to be racist or whatever. And I looked at him and was like, why am I letting her do anything? She's a human being. Like, the idea of me raising her and instilling her with the values that I tried to instill in her is so that she can make her own decisions on it. Like, when does that stop? When she's 40, am I finally going to say, okay, you can date whoever you want? What do you mean let her date? She can date whoever she wants as long as it's a good person. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a my decision thing. I'm not going to pull a protective dad card. Like, somebody wants to come up and you're like, hey, Mr. Professor Bill, because that is exactly what he would call me. Like it's not a machismo contest. I don't care. Like if her date comes up to me and actually says, oh, hey, do you mind if such and such is whatever? I'm going to be like, I am honored, brother. But like this isn't the chivalric days. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put on a knight's armor. You don't have to, court anybody, whatever. Like just, I'm so glad that you had the respect to come up to me, but you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I taught my daughter pretty much all that I feel that she needs to be taught up to this age, and I will continue teaching as long as she's willing to listen. But, like, I'm not going to be the guy, okay, you better make sure you have her home by this time, or you need to understand, I was in the military for 6 years, martial arts since I was 8, I will break you in half, and like the things I do to you are, it's not even legal to say in this country, but I'll do it. Like, why? That's not a keep my daughter safe thing. That's a be afraid of me thing. Now, what kind of relationship, if these two get married, what kind of relationship am I starting with this guy? And all this is me trying to act like I'm some kind of a tough guy. I don't have that question in my mind. I know what I'm capable of doing. I don't need anybody else to know what I'm capable of doing. What's the point of doing something like that? You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, the dad card, so dumb. It's outdated. Some people are outdated too. What are you going to do? Some people need to actually come with an expiration date. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Raise your kids the way that you want to raise them. Hopefully they will take to it. And then you don't need to be the tough guy afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Professor, ready to learn something new about comics and characters? Well, I didn't see a question mark on there, so... I guess. Yeah. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're all here for, I think. His name is Wes. Which one was Wes? Shoot. Was that the dad? The dad is Wes, right? Wes Craven? Oh my God, he's Freddy Krueger. That'd be terrible. It's like, yeah, my mutant power comes up when you're asleep. Gotcha. Oh, there's one. The Sleepwalker. Sleepwalker had telepathy. So, Streaks called it Doctor Strange. Streak says, I hate when people say that's special when it's black people. How sad that you will let your daughter date a black guy makes me sick, special when I'm black. Oh, Streaks, you're black? Okay, cool. Yeah, depending on your age and all this. Yeah, I don't care. Like, whatever, man. Like, yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying. Took me a while to read through that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't care if my daughter dates a black person. Especially, it's funny now because, like, my wife is black. So, what kind of a hypocrite would that be? You can't date no black person. But, anyway, yeah, okay. Wow, not a lot of people in today. I guess 3 o'clock is not a good time, but 5 o'clock in the morning is great for everybody, right? You guys like it better when I do it at 5 o'clock in the morning? Wes is the boy. Oh, he was the kid. Okay, he was the kid with the illusion. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping to see him again. He was really awkward at first, which was kind of annoying because I'm not a fan of awkward, but I can get awkward too. I can get awkward too when I see because I'm 6'5", and I know I got like the big hair and the big beard, and a lot of people will sometimes think like a little bit of intimidation. So in order to retract some of that, I'll usually like suck in a lot of what I do. So it'll be like, I will be like purposefully awkward so that people don't, get that intimidation factor, because I don't like doing stuff. I don't want to talk to somebody from a position of, authority is one thing, but a position of like, dominance, that's not me. That's just not in my nature. So I will feign awkward really well sometimes, but for the most part, yeah, it's annoying when people are actually awkward. But that being the case, I get it. We're all different, and I don't know what the purposes for certain people's anxieties could be. So I don't try to judge. Saying like this person could have actually experienced some kind of trauma before. Um, Whatever. Yeah, lots of bad things have, but he was really awkward, but I dug it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was cute. I have to remember, like I know these guys are older actors, but I know they're also playing high school age kids, so I have to remember it to myself. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't like Riri Williams. You know what I'm saying? They'll say like, oh, she's a know-it-all. She knows everything. It's like, dude, you did not date a lot of women when you were in high school, did you? Because that's all girls. That's not all girls. That's stereotypical, but you know what I mean when I say that's all girls. That's 15-year-old girls. They think they know freaking everything. You know what I'm saying? And then when you got a super genius like Riri, it's like, yeah, she kind of does know everything. So what do you expect? But like, I just have to remember these are 15-year-old kids, and I'm trying, 15, 16-year-old kids, whatever. Maybe they're 17. So I have to try and remember that. So I have to keep that locked in my mind when I'm watching this. Everybody's awkward, and when is Thunderbird going to die? No. Okay, good. I like the way you ended that streak. No, I don't want Thunderbird to die. I know. Here's the thing. I talked about this a couple last episode or the previous episode, the previous episode or the episode before that, whatever. Recently, I talked about that. I don't think that he's going to die. The first couple episodes, I thought he's going to die at any moment because that's what Thunderbird does, right? That bird does. He dies, right? That's his mutant power. He dies. Not really. But yeah, it was the previous episode, episode 6. I was saying that they gave that little backstory for him, and he mentioned, yeah, I used to be in the military. That was back when I had something to prove. Perfect. Perfect. Because he actually mentioned that in Chaos War. There was the whole Chaos War event. It was actually only like 5 issues, so I don't know how big of an event that was. It's just 5 issues of an event, but it did have a bunch of spin-offs, including 2 issues in the X-Men, where pretty much everybody on the Earth died, but the dead came back. And these particular dead, I think like 5 or like 3 Jamie Magic. I actually did the spotlight on story for that. I talked about that issue a couple weeks ago, a couple Saturdays ago, where like 3 Jamie Madroxes came back, 2 of the Cuckoo sisters came back, and James Proudstar came back. And a couple others came back, whatever. I don't exactly remember which ones they were, but like not right now, and it's not that important. But the idea is that Proudstar came back, and he was all like, hey, check it out. Back when I was younger, I would have been very brash. Jimmy Madrox, like, I remember hearing about you, and you were very, whatever. He's like, yeah, I was younger, I was dumb back then. I had so much to prove, and now I'm past all that. So this is that Chaos War version, except, alive. So I'm digging that. I was really digging that. This was really cool that he is now that guy who's like, I don't have anything to prove anymore. And that's, for me, that's perfect. That's perfect. Um, let's see. Yeah, women think they know everything is true. So do we. So do we. People also complain that Captain Marvel is a boyish and she needs to go back to being Miss Marvel. I don't care so much about the whole boyish thing. That's just the way she's drawn. It's hard to draw a strong female. You know what I'm saying? Like a physically strong female. It's hard to draw. You know what I'm saying? Like to not do the manly features while at the same time still drawing feminine, but meanwhile she's got to have some masculinity and whatnot. Like that's got to be hard to draw. I don't know that I could do that. I'm not even that great of an artist. I'm way out of practice. But I've never actually done that before. You know what I'm saying? I've tried, never been able to pull it off. It's got to be really hard, even for the professionals, to pull off something like that. But I do agree that I'm not a big fan of the way Miss Marvel is in the current series. So, but as far as like coming off as, I know people calling her Carl Manvers. Like, no, just stop, please stop. Just whatever, man. Anyway, so that looks like it. I'm gonna bounce. Hope you guys had. I hope this was good. You know, what I'm saying I like this episode. I do want to know how you guys felt about the episode. Comments below. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna jet. Strix. I enjoy her new look, and I enjoy her being Captain Marvel. I do. Yeah, you did actually say Miss Marvel. No. I'm glad with Kamala Khan being Miss Marvel. I'm glad that that moniker was actually passed, and Marvel has to keep the Captain Marvel. I mean, who's going to take the Captain Marvel moniker? Spectrum? Is she going to go back? You know, Monica Rambeau, is she going to go back to be? She asked about it in Ultimates 2, which was funny. She's like, can I have the Captain Marvel moniker back? No. No, I want her to stay Captain Marvel. I want her to stay that's perfect for me. I'm totally cool with it. I just don't like the way that she's actually written right now. That's it. I just don't. It's too much to get into. Go back and look at some of my Captain Marvel reviews and you'll get it. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks for showing up. Genuinely appreciate it. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.